Word for us, but I just wanted to give you that. We want to thank you. I know the other officers coming. So what our plan was to pray for our local police officer in our station over there. What is the captain's name? Colonel Houston. So we want to pray for Colonel Houston and all the officers that serve at the Crump station, and really all of our police officers that serve here in our city. That they do. We know that you guys make tremendous sacrifices, and we want to let you know that our church, we are praying for you as you go and you do the work that you have been assigned to do. So we want to pray for you today. Now, our plan after that was to go out into the community. That's why we dressed in these wonderful t-shirts. Now, good news is it is not raining. Amen. All right, amen. It is overcast. So those of you who are brave enough, besides Joseph, because I know Joseph gonna go if it's raining or snowing. But our plan was to walk down Chelsea and to turn left on that street that leads us to Northside High School. What street is that, Tamika? Bellevue. So we're gonna turn left and we're gonna stop at Northside High School. We're gonna pray there because we believe our school is a big part of our community. As our young people go there, parents interact there, our teachers, so we wanna pray there, and then we'll come on back. So that's the walk, it's not long. We understand some of you may not be prepared to walk, and so you can feel free. Maybe there's someone who wants to lead a season of prayer in here. And after the prayers and the walkers have gone and come back, then we will have potluck. So don't think you're gonna stay back here and go eat the food. No. When the last person gets inside the building, then we will have potluck. Best day was the day he died. Jesus' best day was the day lifted up from the earth. I'll do what? I'll draw all men, and I'll drop 50 on that guy. You know you can't even make a layup. Was Jesus overstretching on this claim when he says, when I'm lifted up, I'll draw what? Not some, all men to myself. Is he overreaching? Be honest. If I do read it at all, serving God sometimes seems like a burden, and there are times I don't really want to worship and sing. Jesus has been lifted up, and yet I'm not drawn to him all the time. Maybe you are. How do we explain the fact that Jesus has been lifted up and we don't do naturally the things that we say we're supposed to do for God? Our hearts don't go after him, and we go after all the stuff that we know he doesn't like, and we're drawn to sin and we're drawn to messing up, and Jesus has been lifted up. Is he saying something he can't deliver? Is it bothering anyone else that the way we say this thing, that when Jesus is lifted up, people will just run to him, our hearts will gravitate to him, and we won't be able to resist him? Silence is appropriate because we're all bothered. What is Jesus saying in this text? You see, he's about to take this world back from Satan. Jump back thousands of years in history when a man and his wife are in a garden. They are enjoying Eden, which means pleasure. God has made a world for them to enjoy. But then they listen to this serpent who says, God is holding back something from you. In fact, what God is holding back from you is the very thing you need to become like God. And so God just doesn't want to give you access to what he has. And so they believe the serpent and they eat the fruit. And as a result of what they did, all of us are now plunged into this chaos. Adam makes a decision. And because of that man's decision, he gives up rulership of this world to Satan. And because of what he did, our world is filled with sickness, disease, pain, and death. Jesus attracts us into himself so he can attract us unto himself. Let me tell you this, the good news is better than we ever believed. The good news isn't get right, do right, and God will save you. The good news is in Christ Jesus, he's already made us right with God. We're not coming to tell people, come get right with God. The news is God has gotten right with you. Now live that new reality. Live the reality that you don't have to earn. Live this new reality. And when you understand this changes your life. How could you not love a God who has done this for you? We've made caricatures of God. We've made the God in our own image and the God who is watching down on you, ready to zap you. We've made the God who's requiring all this stuff to accept you. And God says you're already accepted in Christ Jesus. this. I know this stuff messes with us because what it does is it shakes up your paradigm. And you wonder, what do I do with all the stuff I've been doing all the years, all the blocks I've been putting together to get myself to God? I come here on time because I want to get right with God, and I'm doing this because I want to get right with God. And what do I do with all this? I got my sandcastle, God. What do I do with it? Jesus, kick that thing over, man. I've already made you a highway, and his name is Jesus. Let me get down to it.
Teachers, Lord. We pray that your Holy Spirit will be poured out on everyone in this neighborhood, all over this city, Lord. We ask the Lord that this year that we will do better than we did last year. Thank you, Jesus.
Represent Overton Power Church. We here to love the community, show love to the community. We praying for the community, and we know the Lord's going to bless.
The same team, and we all have the same goal, and that's for everyone to at some point come and meet you and to see that you are attractive. So
take care of you, bless the school that it can stay up, and bless the library there, and bless the people in this community in this school.
On the cross, Jesus makes this bold proclamation. He says, I'm going to draw you into myself. And when you understand that, when you grasp that, when you understand just how wonderful Jesus is, it makes your heart love him more. So today, my simple appeal is this. Our theme is Jesus is attractive. What I just want to make an appeal is saying, if you want to commit this year to looking at Jesus more and looking at yourself less. Because when I look at myself, I don't see how I can be saved. I'm messed up. Hey man, we all messed up. When you look at yourself, there is no way you can see yourself being saved. When I look at Jesus, I don't see how I can be lost because of all that God has done for us. So my appeal to us is simple. Can we spend this year looking at Jesus? What does that mean? What does that mean practically? Because the gift is ours. We've accepted it. Can we get our hearts tuned to God? So I'm saying for this first month, some of you starting new devotionals, man, read the Gospels. Maybe there's nothing you're reading, read the Gospels. Look at Jesus and realize that Jesus is attractive. Look at the real Jesus, not the one on TV, not the one people told you about, not the one that you've been scared by. Read the real Jesus. When you study Jesus, you find out, man, I can't help but love this God because he's attracted to me. That's why I'm attracted to him. Maybe some of you, you've read that, you're still reading that, you need a little bit more. Recommend the book Steps to Christ. It's a great book. It talks about, man, how God has made steps to you, and this is how you draw yourself closer to him. So today, I'm asking, is there anyone who wants to make the commitment this year? I want to look at Jesus more. If you're here, just stand. I want to look at Jesus more.